Hi, everyone. I'm Avery Marquez, Director of Investment Strategies at Renaissance Capital. Welcome to our Q2 2025 market recap. Despite an early surge in volatility from shifting U.S. tariff policies and recession concerns, markets found their footing in the second quarter. The tariff-induced sell-off in early April, followed by the rebound in mid-May, reshaped listing timelines, but the IPO market ended the quarter with more momentum than it started. High-profile unicorns made a comeback and were met with strong demand, though aftermarket trading wavered for some as shares in these hot deals quickly switched hands. Overall, global benchmarks ended with solid gains, even with rising geopolitical tensions near quarter end. The U.S. tariff saga and related volatility still pose threats to market stability, particularly as the July trade deal deadline approaches. But unless there are any more drastic spikes in volatility, we believe solid returns and investor appetite signal an end to the IPO market's 3-year slump in the second half. The Renaissance IPO Index weathered the quarter's volatility to finish with a gain of 19.7%, strongly outpacing the S&P 500, which returned to 10.9%. After sinking to year-to-date lows in the April sell-off, the IPO index and other benchmarks rallied through May, bolstered by tariff pauses and positive inflation data. The IPO index ended the quarter up 38.1% from its April low, compared to 24.9% for the S&P 500. Both indices are now positive for the year, though the IPO index slightly lags the S&P 500. Top contributors in the Renaissance IPO Index were led by companies with strong ties to AI, benefiting from a continued increase in demand for the new technology, as well as broader tailwinds in the tech sector. These top names included precision medicine platform Tempus AI and chip makers Astera Labs and Arm. The biggest attractors included consumer health company Kenvue, which traded off in June after its CEO noted a pullback in consumer spending and a shift in seasonal demand, and Kazakhstan-based super app Kaspi KZ. At this point, expectations for the 3Q are somewhat clouded by muted June filing activity and further complicated by shifting trade policies and geopolitical uncertainty. Looking more broadly to the second half, we currently believe an IPO pickup is on the horizon, but likely not until the fall. Tariff pauses, positive inflation data, and a string of well-received IPOs have brightened investor sentiment, but the looming trade deal deadline is weighing on expectations for July, with very few major IPOs lined up for listings at the moment. If conditions hold and sustained tariff pauses keep sentiment high, we expect to see modest deal flow in July before the typical August pause, and then a stronger post-Labor Day pickup in September. That wraps up our Q2 2025 market recap. Thanks for watching.